The end of my marriage came as a sudden shock, and it feels like a death. I needed someone to tell me what the process was and what the pieces were that I was going to need down the road. And Karen is that piece. I was looking for a brain trust, like a group of people who would help me through this process, and she was really like my first hire. There's so many things that are great about working with Karen. And I would say first is she really understands the process holistically. She understands the sequencing, or how things should be flowing and what decisions need to be made before others. And I think one of the most important pieces that I realized getting into this process, I needed someone who objectively could provide professional advice and insights into something that is so emotionally charged, something I totally was blindsided and did not expect to have to manage through. And Karen is that sounding board. She's got an incredible wealth of connections and insights, and she's just a lovely person to work with, which above all means more than all of those things, because it's such a personal, difficult time that you want to build trust with someone. I mean, it doesn't come instantaneously. It comes in the small moments. And she is pinging me, she's calling me, she's checking up, she's seeing that I'm doing the tasks that I'm supposed to be doing in a nice way. She's attending meetings with me and, if necessary, court dates. And she's just like she's the steady one right beside me. Making sure that I don't forget to ask certain questions or do certain things, because your head's just not on straight. Good. So working with Karen emotionally is like, you're like this, and she's like this, you know, and you know that there's someone steady that you can count on, who is not intimidated by whatever feelings you're having and emotions you're going through. You know, I love how she has these ways of pivoting you, like, okay, so what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Do you really think he's gonna do that? And, you know, there are moments where, like, she has these checks, and you end up like checking yourself and saying, wow, that is kind of a crazy idea that I just thought of, but, you know, what are the odds of that happening? But it's like, it's reflective kind of questioning that helps. So from a practical and tactical perspective, there are three buckets that Karen really provided so much support in, and that is the legal bucket, the custody bucket, and the financial bucket. And with the legal aspect, there are sequencing that lawyer that you have to go through, and you're not sure what things mean, and you know that clock is ticking with the lawyers, so you ask. You know, I would ask Karen before reaching out to my lawyers, knowing that by the time it gets to the lawyers, it has to be transactional. And so Karen really helped me think through what my needs would be and when we needed to do things, and how things would look in the future. In terms of custody, I mean, I had no idea that there are so many iterations of like when one would see their kids and activities and how their lives would be different and what they would need. And as a mother, Karen sympathized and empathized with knowing how transitions are hard for children and going back and forth to a house and 4 times in a week wasn't ideal, even though that's what the adults wanted. So Karen really supported me in thinking through how we live our life and what the schedule looks like and how that would change as they grow older.